there are so many ridiculous ones that also actually sell things that cause cancer or contribute to cancer.
Yeah.
So Estee Lauder and Avon products, they have whole campaigns of products with pink ribbons as part of their breast cancer marketing. And they contain hormone disruptors and other known carcinogens like parabens and stuff.
Susan Komen, alcohol. Can I mention before you move on to the booze?
Oh, please do. This is Amy's favorite one.
It makes me just laugh. It brings me so much joy and sadness at the same time. But Susan Komen has a perfume, and it's called Promise Me. And it has known carcinogenics in it.
There's toluene, there's Coumadin, there's all kinds of really gnarly stuff in it.
Stuff so much. She knows this. But come on.
No, yes. I mean, and also the fact that you're buying these baseball jerseys and all these things, but all they've done is turn their regular merch pink, essentially.
Right.
And the money doesn't go towards anything to do with breast cancer other than like quote unquote awareness. But you get to feel like a good person. You have no concept of where your money is going. And $100,000 a year, you said, to Susan G. Komen, which like we're not even in yet on how we don't know where the money for Susan G. Komen goes. But yeah, that's wild.
And how much money, and I don't have this number, how much money does Major League Baseball spend promoting all of this pink stuff that they're doing to show people what a great company that they are? You know?
Correct. Right. Changing the merch. Exactly.
All the time. Oftentimes with brands, they're spending more money on marketing than they're actually donating to whatever the cause is that they're choosing. I mean, the cause is
Yes, what was the thing with alcohol?
Oh, yeah. You know, we talk sometimes about alcohol on our podcast because a lot of cancer people in general, not just breast cancer people, but a lot of us struggle with alcohol because it's such a part of American culture. And even, you know, like we've got listeners in Europe and stuff. And it's something that is really hard to advocate people totally give up. But the research is super, super clear that having any alcohol consumption increases your risk of breast cancer specifically. And so while it's like super unfun to point this out, it's also really weird that so many alcohol companies like Mike's Hard Lemonade, Sheryl Crow, who's a breast cancer survivor, has a winery that she uses to market breast cancer awareness wine.
I love your music, Sheryl Crow. Don't do this to me.
We don't want to turn on our own, but we will.
Oh my God. This is honestly, that should be the tagline for Bad with Money. We don't want to turn our own, but we will. Yeah. That's so interesting. I would think more like liver cancer, you know, like that's like so much more clearly linked to alcohol too.
Right. And that's an interesting thing. You know, we brought up earlier how breast cancer awareness campaigns don't actually raise much awareness as far as education goes about breast cancer. And I feel like there's some sort of like almost superstition in our culture about cancer where you don't want to look at it directly. You'll just kind of like toss some shekels its way and hope for the best. And that is a huge problem because the people who have cancer can't be the ones responsible for raising awareness and actually educating others all the time because we honestly just don't have the wherewithal. So what we need people to understand is, for one thing, it's not just about boobs. There are tons and tons of problems about that, ranging from, you know, gender. So like, you know, there's obviously really gendered language around breast cancer, and breast cancer isn't even specifically like a trans man issue. You know, everybody who has breast can get breast cancer.
Yep.
But it is further marginalizing when you have trans people who need to seek out cancer care and they have to like continually come out. We have queer listeners who bring this up a lot on our podcast, that they feel already so vulnerable, and then having to feel like they're not represented in the very cause that's supposed to lift them up is really lame.